Imagine a world where you could see people's love stats, like how much love they'll receive in their lifetime. Some have a few points, some have many.
But if you're Sue, you might just be terminally single. This video is sponsored by WEBTOON as a part of their ambassador program. Welcome, one and all, to the WEBTOON book club. Oh, you didn't notice? You're a club member now. You can't escape. Today's our premiere episode where we'll be looking into the world of Operation True Love, where your love life depends on your score, and if it's 0, you're gonna bippity-boppity lose your life subscription. You might think I'm joking, but no, that's literally the plot. Sue's life takes a turn for the weird when she discovers Jelly Pop, a sentient flip phone, in her locker. Jelly Pop has a lot to say about her love life. It's kind of like if you had Cupid in your contacts list, but instead of having the option to mute or block, Cupid just says whatever, whenever. Sue is unlucky even when she isn't single. In fact, she's loveless even in her long-term relationship with Minyu, who literally wants to be with her stepsister. Woohoo! Yeah! Sue is determined to make her boyfriend, twice removed, stay in a relationship with her, not exactly because she loves him, but rather to use him to increase her love point score. She just anything but 0, that's her goal. But if you want love, pick anyone else. Look at this pretty popular blonde boy or hot emo man. I am begging anyone but this man specifically, please. All joking aside, I really got invested into this story. Not fully because of the love triangle, although having a misunderstood sunshine character versus a dark overlord to fight for our girl's heart is always fun. I'm actually more interested in the underlying tragedy that is Sue's character. Within the first few episodes, specifically episode 1, we learn that Sue has essentially accepted to some degree that she'll never be loved. For her, it's matter of fact, but that's also because the first episode is a bit of a time skip. See, the version of Sue that we meet in the beginning is 2 weeks in the future, and her long-term relationship with Minyu doesn't really help with her self-esteem. Like, before and after, just, I don't know, he doesn't help. I think the community likes poking fun at him for being such a terrible person, myself included. His personality traits are all on the default settings. Even the characters in universe don't like him that much, but unfortunately Sue is okay with his actions at the start of the series, constantly giving excuses for his rude comments and general disinterest in what she's feeling. Sue sums up her relationship as, "But my boyfriend is just quirky like that, teehee." Whenever he, quote-unquote, apologizes to her, he does the bare minimum by giving her strawberry milk and maybe a sticky note saying sorry if it was really bad. Boyfriend of the year, everyone. If you couldn't tell, Sue might have a 0 in love points, but Minyu gets a 0 in respect. To make things just a little bit worse if it wasn't bad already, in episode 5, we see an intense game of dodgeball where Minyu suggests throwing the ball at her legs and head as hard as possible, which, side note, why? We find out that he's super competitive, but it doesn't have to be violent, man. Ah, yes, the true way to win a game. Decimate your opponent so they'll never play again. That works in video games. It's a crime in real life, Minyu. God, anyways. In an attempt to apologize to her afterwards, he invites her to what sounds to be a movie date. Excited to just spend time with her boyfriend who's basically been ignoring her most of the time, she just accepts it. She's so excited. Oh my god, a movie? I'm gonna hang out with my boyfriend. That's gonna be so exciting. She only finds out later that he also invited her stepsister to be the third wheel. That's probably the one time I've read in a comic where a third wheel has been invited in the most awkward way ever. "Oh yeah, sorry I was mean to you earlier. Let's hang out with your sister." Sir? Like, it's also on the same day, before they even get to the movie theater, that Sue catches Minyu and her stepsister kissing in the classroom. I guess that actually makes Sue the third wheel instead, now that I think about it. But it's a good note to bring in another character. Our favorite boy, our sweet dark emo boy, Eunhyuk. He's actually not that emo, he's just forever in dark mode browser setting. You feel me? We love to see it. He's Minyu's best friend? We haven't gotten far enough in the story to really understand the dynamic between the two, so we can only go off of Sue's description of him. I won't go too far into the love interest Sue acquires over the series, mostly because I am dramatically looking at my non-existent watch, and I have this funny feeling that I'm gonna go on a 20-minute rant. Side note, I've read this series so many times that I've now made theories about side characters that don't even have names or faces. I know logically they're basically stock footage, but I'm looking for the lore, okay? I want to understand the point system. Eunhyuk. Back to Eunhyuk. He's actually the first to see Minyu cheating on Sue and attempts to cover her eyes before it's too late. But she's already seen everything. The rose-colored glasses that she kept on during the relationship, and that didn't really fade even when her friends or anyone else around her suggested that her relationship was just not as nice as it seems. This is the moment where those rose-tinted glasses actually start to fade. Now she can see what's really been going on behind closed doors. How long has this been going for? No one knows for sure at this point in the story, but what we do know, the magical jelly pop phone that is kind of the tie-in for like all of the point system stuff, not helping. Doesn't help. Sue actually gains the confidence to end the relationship after this moment. One that was her first and the longest, and that's hard. It's hard to accept that the person that you've been dating for such a long time is not who you thought they were, at least not anymore. And I have a firm belief that if the jelly pop never threatened Sue's life and introduced her to the idea of love points, she probably would have naturally moved on from Minyu. Although I will give credit where it's due, the jelly pop did help her see that Minyu is not the loving boyfriend she thought he was. However, by forcing her to increase her score by any means possible, because having a 0 is such a big break in the system that if she can't fix it, they'll just like take her out. Not on a date, not the date that you're thinking of, kind of like a final situation thing. But Sue is so used to being treated poorly that when the time comes and she has no one else to really understand her situation, she decides that the easiest way, the route that makes the most sense to her, is to utilize Minyu to try to increase her score. She doesn't tell him that she knows he cheated. She takes him back, deciding if she can't get him to fall in love, she can make him jealous. And who would she use to accomplish that? His best friend Eunhyuk. But that might be really confusing why she does that. See, the point system works like this. You either need to increase your score by making someone's heart skip a beat, make them desire you, feel possessive, or jealous. But even in the few moments she gets points, she can't keep them. They just disappear immediately. The clock! We're ending on a mystery reveal. Sorry. I guess that means you might have to start the series to learn more. Thank you so much for joining the Webtoon Book Club and letting me rant about the series that I've been really, really into this week. If you have any thoughts, please leave them down. My favorite thing is getting a bunch of people who've read the series together and just talk about what they think. I think we learn so much about series and storytelling and characters, and it's so much fun. But anyways, I hope to see you again soon. Bye.